This Wi-Fi cai porque o retorno.
Gilberto, is it?
Hello. What about now? Can you see me?
No video.
No video. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know what? I had to click something on your screen, on my screen. I'm sorry. I think it was my fault. I apologize.
Okay, no, it's okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is it Gilberto?
N- Actually, not. Actually, my name is Gabriel, but this I create. I know Cambly already. I've been on Cambly many times before, but I have an uncle which is an English teacher here in Brazil. I'm from Brazil, by the way. I'm 21 years old, and he was really shy. He was really shy about talking to natives, and I said, "No, you know what? I'm gonna use your minutes."
Fantastic. Well, I'm Matthew. It's so nice to meet you. Brazil seems
Not,
like a fantastic place.
yeah, we have a lot
Do
of
you like
Americans here.
soccer?
No,
Do you
no,
like
actually,
martial arts?
uh, beg your pardon.
Do you like martial arts?
No,
No problem. That's the two things I know are popular in Brazil, so I was just curious.
yeah, yeah. I think this is a good topic to talk about, though. It's just such a stereotype when it
Yeah,
comes to Brazil. People just
yeah,
think about partying and carnival. People without their shirts on or crazy stuff. This is not true. This is not true. I don't like
yeah.
carnival. I don't like soccer, and Brazil is it's really huge. We have a lot of different culture that Americans and foreigners don't know about us.
Yeah, one of the things I'm really interested personally is architecture, and I really like old buildings and really cool cities. And I know Brazil, I've seen pictures of some of your cities there, and there's really amazing types of buildings. It kind of looks almost like Spain there.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been on Cambly many times before, but I was really nervous because it's been a while since I talked on Cambly before.
Yeah, don't be nervous. I'm always a little bit nervous when I enter a new conversation with somebody, but no, I can tell you're a really intelligent and nice man, so it's really nice meeting you. We can talk about anything you like. I'd love for you to ask me whatever random question you want or whatever you'd like.
So, are you from Chicago, right?
Yeah, from Chicago. I was born a little bit outside the city, like 20 minutes north, Highland Park, it's called. But I've spent many years living in Chicago. And as a young kid, I lived in Deerfield, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. And one thing you'll notice about Chicago is that it's a very big area, and we actually call it Chicagoland. And a lot of the people that live in the suburbs, they'll say that they live in Chicago, when really they don't quite live in Chicago. It's more like 20 minutes away, but that's kind of how we say it.
Okay.
Have you ever been
My
to America? Sorry.
Not yet, not yet. But my favorite place to go, like my top three are um, Texas, first place, Tennessee, and Florida.
Oh,
I
I've
just
been
love
all three of
traveling.
those. You have good taste then.
Oh really?
I was just in Texas, actually.
Oh really? I just
Really?
love them. They're so cool. They are so outgoing. They are really open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great place. The people in Texas are some of the strongest, coolest people. And I went there, I drove there for an interview. There was a job that I was thinking about doing, and I ended up turning it down actually. But I drove there, had a great time. I went to a steakhouse, had an amazing, actually, it's funny. I went to a Brazilian steakhouse in Texas, in Houston. and they would come around with these amazing big pieces of meat,
Is it
and they would.
fogo de chão? Have you heard about it? Is it fogo de chão?
It's not fogo de chão. You'll have to forgive me. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but it was
It's,
in
I know it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really delicious. So that was the first time I've had Brazilian steak, and man, it was really good.
Yeah.
So what kind of food do you like? Do you ever go to a place like that or no?
Yeah. We here in Brazil we have many types of dishes. I like sweets. I like chocolate. I like cake, and but I also like traditional Brazilian food. We eat rice and beans and beef every day for lunch.
That sounds really good. I had rice and beans last night for dinner, actually. So I think I would fit in there if that's what you guys eat every day. I love that.
Definitely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
so
what? We was talking about southerns, and it reminds me something. Once New York, I called them, and I was like 7 seconds with them on the phone. They
seven
are just
seconds.
like they're not kind as southerns. I realize that.
New Yorkers, I am not a huge fan of them. They're great people. I have many friends that live in New York City. People in Chicago in the Midwest, a little bit nicer. They can be rude too, but the people in the South, like you're saying, definitely they're really nice people. I lived in Florida for
Yeah,
12 years, so I think you can probably tell I have a little bit of a Southern thing from living there. So yeah, you're right. You know American culture really well. You know the different areas. You have a really good knowledge.
yeah. Exatamente. I called them, and I was like 7 seconds to say, uh, no, no, I didn't bite, and turned off the my call. And I called once as well for I called Texas, um, and I didn't realize, but I ended up 29 minutes talking to to a lady on the
Oh, that's great. Yeah, no, you can do really long
New
conversations
York.
on here.
People are not like kindly as friendly as others. This is so crazy.
Have you ever heard the phrase New York minute?
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what that means?
yeah,
That's why New Yorkers are so rude. They seem so rude to us, but New York is such a crazy place. There's so much going on, so much
they,
business, art, culture.
they are
Everything
always
is like that there.
they are not patient. I think this is about
No.
their culture, but I prefer Southerns, uh, especially Texans and people from Tennessee. And after this, Florida. But definitely Texas and Tennessee are my top two.
Florida is a good place. It's really easy to find people to hang out with in Florida because there's so many people there. And that's where I went to college is Florida. I moved away from Florida because I really can't stand the summer and the heat. So I moved up here to northern Michigan and I love it here. And I'll tell you this, the people
There
down
are
south are,
Brazilians in Florida, though.
sorry, a lot of what?
There are a lot of Brazilians in Florida, though.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've definitely met some. It's a very diverse place, Florida. I love it. That's one
We're,
thing I love about living in Chicago before is how diverse it is. You know, you have people from Haiti in the neighborhood I lived in. You have really religious Jewish people with their suits on walking down the street, along with all these other types of people, people that look like me, people from Africa. It's just so much fun to talk to people like that. Florida's got a little bit of that too, like Miami, very diverse place.
do you speak only English?
Only English. I took Spanish in class in grade school up until college. My Spanish isn't very good. I could do basic conversation skills, but to be honest, I would be pretty nervous to talk in Spanish with anybody. But what about you? What languages do you speak? And your
Well,
English
my
is
mother
perfect, by the
tongue
way.
actually is not Spanish. Oh, thank you. My mother tongue is not Spanish, by the way. It's we in Brazil here in Brazil we speak Brazilian Portuguese.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, and we consider ourselves Latinos as well, but we speak Portuguese. But I know a few things about Spanish, Spanish language and Spanish culture.
Very cool. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about Portuguese. That seems like it's a much different language. And
Yeah.
is it true that is it any similar to Spanish or not similar at all?
A couple of things can be similar, but definitely it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
We understand Spanish speakers in a couple of expressions, but definitely it's not the same. It's way different.
Okay. That's cool. So what is
And
it
what is
like?
really fun that when tourists came over, when they come to Brazil, they are talking things in Spanish like "Hola, buenos dias" and things like that, and we are like we understand them, but we don't want to be rude and say this is this is not our language. So
Yeah.
we ended up talking. We will ended up talking in Spanish, though. By the way, yeah,
Oh, really? Okay. So you're kind of forced to, even though you don't want to. Sometimes you end
yeah,
up speaking Spanish. Well, sorry about that. Yeah,
yeah,
people, foreigners like me, come to the country and don't know the local customs. It's so rude to try to speak Spanish to somebody when that's not even the right language. I would never do that.
yeah. But we are really welcoming with them. We are real patient, and we try not to be rude because they are visitors for us.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, let me ask you, I'm just curious. It seems like you might be at a gym or something right now, but what is it like in your area? Do you live, I know you said you live in a city, right?
Yeah.
And do you live in a downtown central area or more in a suburb?
I'm from countryside. I live in northeast. That means it's the hottest part of the country. It's freaking hot.
Wow.
Terrible. It's terrible. 39 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, that's hot.
It's actually a lot. I live in countryside. It's quiet. We have that countryside thing to do. It's not like capital.
See, that's great. I think that's much better than living in a downtown city. I live in a small town, but even myself, I would much rather live in the countryside. And really, it's kind of a money thing here. Most of the people don't really have enough money right now, myself included, to buy a house in the countryside. But that's definitely what I would like to do. And I'm more of a nature person. I need to be outside. I like a lot of space.
Yeah,
Do you like to go outside a
yeah.
lot?
So do I. Yeah, I love that green thing. I love to go to silent places to see nature, animals, and farm or like be in the city. We got really stressed about it. We have to run away of our reality to have a relief anxiety, relief stress.
Yeah, absolutely. I've lived in Chicago in the downtown city. I've actually lived up in a skyscraper basically, and I really didn't like it. I didn't like that feeling of being up in a tall building living, and you get used to it. You know, you sort of just adapt to the city lifestyle and everything.